Tonight we report on fewer homeless people reported in Grant County, and Representative Dan Newhouse pays a visit to Moses Lake. What's going on in sports, Bob?
You bet, Alan. Big Bend basketball splits game with Columbia Basin, and a few local high school teams are still alive in district basketball competition. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
And here in the weather department, I'm expecting clearing conditions overnight tonight, leading us into a very nice Friday. A little breezy and cooler, though, for the weekend. Details coming up shortly.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Volunteers found fewer homeless people in Grant County during this year's point-in-time count compared to last year. Counters found 131 homeless people during the January 29th count. According to Stephanie Bonwell, the homeless programs supervisor at Grant County Housing Authority, the number is less than the 177 counted in 2014. Bonwell said her office took a different approach to counting homeless this year, focusing on school counselors and teachers who have better knowledge of family housing situations. The 46 volunteers counted 47 unsheltered homeless individuals in Moses Lake, 17 in Ephrata, 16 in the Quincy, George area, 7 in Grand Coulee, 18 in Mattawa, and 26 in Royal City. No homeless people were counted in Soap Lake. There were 45 sheltered homeless people counted and 64 who are temporarily living with family or friends. Volunteers counted 42 homeless children and 90 homeless households. 9 Moses Lake High School wrestlers began their trip to Tacoma Thursday morning for the MAT Classic State Championships with a send-off celebration at the school and a police escort through town. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
Moses Lake High School wrestlers were sent off in style Thursday morning as they made their way to Tacoma for the MAT Classic State Championships this weekend at the Tacoma Dome. The Chiefs have 9 wrestlers competing in this week's championships, including defending champ in the 113-pound weight division, Trey Long, and the runner-up to Long last year, Cooper McCullough, who moved up to the 120-pound weight class this year. Also making a return trip to Tacoma are Chase Clausen, Joel Torves, Hudson Mossef, Nico Hernandez, and Justin Sainsbury. Jose Garcia and Hunter Cruz are making their debut at the state championship. The league, district, and regional champs are looking to claim its first team title in more than 15 years. The Chiefs come into the championship ranked first in 4A wrestling. This is Joe Utter for iFiber One News.
Quincy is moving forward with a new police station. The city council approved, looking for companies to construct an 8,000 square foot building south of City Hall and perform renovations to the present City Hall. The city budgeted $3 million for the project last year. City Administrator Tim Sneed said the architect had problems in her personal life which caused a delay. The new building is part of a larger plan to make more space for the police department. The city's administration and finance departments are moving to the former library, and the police department will use the space the administration and finance offices leave behind. Mayor Jim Hembry previously said the police department has grown from about 5 or 6 officers in the 1950s when City Hall was built to about 20 officers. No decision was made about annexing the Grant County Fairgrounds into Moses Lake during a discussion between Moses Lake and Grant County officials. The Grant County Commissioners met with 6 city council members on Wednesday. The county is facing a March 2nd deadline set by the State Department of Health to decide what to do with the fairgrounds' septic systems. State officials claim the present septic systems aren't able to handle the amount of sewage produced by the fairgrounds during the fair. Engineers made 2 suggestions to the county: connect to the city sewer system, or build an evaporative lagoon behind the rodeo arena. The commissioners supported connecting to the city's sewer system, but continued to express concerns about city's requirement to annex the property if the fairgrounds were connected to the system. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchagram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 indie.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
And hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News. Our weather forecast brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Now, we have seen a few sprinkles here and there. I thought it would all hang in the mountains if you were with me last night. But again, a few sprinkles did develop in and out of the area, but they'll move right on out. And our forecast is looking for brighter skies to take us through the last day of the work week. And breezy, at least for Saturday, maybe a little bit on Sunday as well. But with that breeze, a little slightly cooler temperatures after a very mild mid to high 50s on Friday. And by the time we hit the end of the weekend, struggling to get out of the 40s, which is pretty much where we should be. Actually, we should be in the lower to mid 40s. So I don't think there should be any major complaints because we're cooling it down. 53 and 35, the extremes today. Struggled to even hit the lower 50s with considerable clouds around. There have been a few sprinkles around. Generally about a trace here and there, nothing terribly significant with a light sprinkle here or there. Similar story down in Moses Lake, 51 and 33, and again, just barely clipped the 50-degree mark with considerable clouds at times throughout the day. Here we are right now, settling in to 49 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, 37-degree dew point, a southwest breeze at 5, and we are anticipating that breeze to shift to the north during the next 24, 36 hours and getting a little gusty, as I mentioned, by Saturday. Here we are taking a look at the overnight time frame. A few sprinkles continue through the first half of the evening possibly, but generally we're looking for clearing conditions and looking for a lot more sunshine to develop in the basin for our Friday, in fact Saturday as well, but by then little northerly breeze, northeast breeze kicks on in, and that starts the cooling trend with some cool air draining into the basin from the northeast. Specifically for our Friday's forecast, again, looking much better than Thursday, looking a little showery still, particularly the southwest corner of the state, Olympia down to Long Beach, low 50s for the rule. Inland northwest forecast, mid 40s. The snow level is way up there still, 3,500 feet, so we're not looking for any troubles. There could be still a few showers there. Let's take a look at our area and close in on the Columbia Basin. You can see that we are looking for mid to high 50s for highs. You can see a lot more sunshine to greet us to end the work week. And as we slide through the weekend, we will notice a breezy day on Saturday. Temperatures cooling down during the weekend to only mid to high 40s Sunday. Look at the morning lows, below freezing for the change. And it looks like we might actually have a little bit of freezing fog at times in some areas, but generally we're not looking for too much. But all in all, doesn't look bad for the weekend, so I hope you have some great plans. Speaking of plans, guess what's up? Sports. Keep it here.
What better way to start the new year than in a new Toyota? We're making it easier than ever with 3 ways to save. Your choice of financing as low as 0%, up to $2,500 in customer cash back, or low payment leases on your favorite Toyota model, like RAV4, now just $199 per month. Just pick your favorite Toyota, the best savings options for you, and drive away. It's that easy, so start your year right. For full details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
The running Vikes and Columbia Basin Hawks battled it out for the East Conference lead at Big Bend last night. If you were unable to make the game, you missed a good one. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
It was a battle between 2 first-place teams as Big Bend hosted Columbia Basin. Both teams sitting at 8-2 in the NWAC East region needed this win to push ahead in the standings. Columbia Basin got off to a hot start as Brandon Oswald hit this deep 3.
The other way, and decides to push it back. On a long distance 3. Bob, that was from way deep.
Then Big Bend found their groove. Check out this tip in by Moga Ledoux.
Ramos going coast to coast, and a nice tip in by Moga Ledoux.
Ledoux was injured during the play but was able to check back in later in the game. Chandler McUmber had a nice night for the Vikings, but it was Sean Spencer having the best night, recording a double-double with 15 points and 11 rebounds.
Spencer for 3. He can hit those. He does there.
Donovan Wright led all scorers for Big Bend with 16 points, while Alonzo Ramos added 12 points.
Ramos is money there.
Big Bend knocks off Columbia Basin 71-66 and takes sole possession of first place in the East region. For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
3. DeAndre Johnson fights through traffic to get that bucket.
That's a great pass. Riley Jamette knocked down a game-high 19 points. Aubrey Vale added 15. Max Shelley finished with 14, but their efforts weren't enough to propel Big Bend to victory. The Lady Vikings were looking to snap a 2-game skid and get back in the postseason race when they took to the court last night. The Hawks had another thing in mind, getting past Big Bend 79-70. Both teams were on target to start the contest. Big Bend struggled late in the first half and trailed 42-33 at the break. The Lady Vikings matched CBC bucket for bucket as both hung 37 second-half points on the board. The loss drops Big Bend to 3-8 in the East Region standings and eliminates the team from playoff contention. The Lady Vikings have 3 games left on their schedule, beginning with Walla Walla on the road Saturday. There are still a few local basketball teams alive in postseason play. Tonight's game have the Ephrata boys taking on Prosser in a district loser-out game at Eisenhower High School. Moses Lake girls host West Valley in a district first-round loser-out game at 7. Warden boys basketball travels to Eastmont High School to match up with Mapton in a loser-out game. The Moses Lake Christian Academy girls take on Thorpe Easton, and the Academy boys match up with Intiat at Ephrata High School. And good luck to all those local wrestlers and swimmers looking to bring home state hardware this weekend. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a group of elementary students in Soap Lake who are helping to clean up litter in the town and are making a big difference. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Few fifth graders would form a club with the sole mission of picking up trash on the streets of Soap Lake. But Soap Lake Elementary School student Logan Frazier did just that. Logan dubbed it the Give a Hoot Club, borrowing the name in part from the U.S. Forest Service's anti-litter campaign, Give a Hoot, Don't Pollute. Logan's younger sisters, Riley and Addie, became the club's second and third members. The kids have put a dent in the most littered parts of town.
We've cleaned out the post office, the school, across the street from the school. We've cleaned the school parking lot, and we've cleaned the way to the post office.
Logan said their work is intended as goodwill towards Soap Lake.
We're helping the community. The pop rings that people throw out of their car, birds can get stuck in them, and it's also bad for the environment. One day when us three were cleaning, I found a thing of like a McDonald's box thrown out. I'm like, seriously?
Together with their grandfather and roadside supervisor Dave Hoffman, a retired educator, they've picked up 15 garbage bags of bottles, cans, papers, and miscellaneous throwaway items. Logan discussed his club idea with his grandfather and elementary school teacher Tom Byerman.
It's nice seeing him take initiative and seeing a need and taking some pride in the community and just leading the effort to make Soap Lake a better place to be.
Hoffman said 2 other kids joined the club, but they vanished as soon as they learned work was involved. He explained how the club began.
First time we went out by the golf course and went out in the bare field, and we turned it into a game, picking up yellow golf balls, and the kids collected about 200 golf balls out in the field. So they thought that was so much fun, so then they started picking up trash, and about 3 times now we've gone around this huge block and picked up the trash, and the school and the city have hauled it off, and the kids enjoy doing it.
Logan has one thing to say to those who litter in Soap Lake.
Stop that. Stop throwing out trash.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. Grant County Animal Outreach is hosting its annual Spay-Getty Dinner Friday night to help fund their program. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. with dinner starting at 6 p.m. at the Moses Lake Senior Center, located at 602 East 3rd Avenue. The dinner is $10 per plate and includes spaghetti, garlic bread, salad, and a beverage. Dinner is $5 for children under 5 years old. There are giveaways and drawings for several prizes and a guest speaker. All donations help the homeless and abused animals in Grant County. The Seroptimist International of Moses Lake presented awards to 2 women and donated to the Moses Lake Public Library Foundation. Hilda Alvarado received the Live Your Dream Award for overcoming challenges to continue her education with Big Bend Community College. She received $3,000 as part of the award. The Live Your Dreams Award is to assist women who provide the primary source of financial support for their families by giving them the resources to continue their education. Moses Lake High School senior Cassie Carpenter received the Violet Richardson Award for her work with Youth Outdoors Unlimited. The Violet Richardson Award is for young women volunteering in their communities and schools. The Soroptimists also donated $1,000 to the Moses Lake Public Library Foundation to help with the group's efforts to expand the library to meet public demand. Representative Dan Newhouse visited Moses Lake on Wednesday to discuss how the port's dispute on the West Coast is impacting local growers and producers. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Commissioner. Congressman Dan Newhouse was in Moses Lake Wednesday to start a 4-day tour of the 4th District he represents. The day started at the Port of Moses Lake, where the congressman got an overview of the current and future business development at the Grant County International Airport. Executive Director Jeffrey Bishop also updated Newhouse on the economic impact the current labor dispute in West Coast ports is having inland.
They're currently having to air cargo out everything. It's costing them about $14 million a year in air cargo supply to Germany.
On top of what normally it would be?
That's in lieu of shipping by water. They're also having to bring in all of their precursor material from Japan through the port of Vancouver, BC. So it's been a tremendous impact to them, to the point so that it's affecting their ability to expand.
Just as a rough number, for one container, 40-foot container, you're looking at about $2,000 to ship it ocean, where one cargo flight can be upwards of $350,000 to $400,000 per flight. So it's a significant increase in their costs.
Newhouse said Congress recognizes the need to end the dispute quickly and get the ports running again.
Well, I asked for people to share with me some of the stories about how this is truly impacting their businesses, their personal lives, and people have been very open with me. And so I can take those kinds of stories back with me to illustrate to people in Congress just how real this situation is, the impact that it's negative impact it's having, not just economically, but throughout our whole life here in the West, in the Pacific Northwest. It's actually impacting the whole country at this point. This is a huge economic impact to our distribution system that we have in this country. So I don't see any resolution in sight yet, but I'll take this opportunity again to urge those two sides to do all they can to bring this work stoppage or this work slowdown to an end so that we can get back to business in the United States.
The congressman took a guided tour of the area, stopping at Aviation Technical Services, Astra Technologies, and SGL Automotive Carbon Fibers. He then met with the Washington State Potato Commission and ended the day with a tour of REC Silicon. Newhouse said learning about the economic diversity in the Moses Lake area is something he can bring back with him to Washington, D.C.
First of all, the airport here in Moses Lake is really quite busy. There's a lot of different kinds of aircraft taking off and landing. While we were there were quite a number of them. So that's a good thing of the kind of activity and the business that they're doing there. I think the caliber of businesses that we have here, the international scope of the things that are developed and refined and produced and sold from businesses here around Moses Lake is truly amazing and something that is very impressive.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.